Episode 4.
And it's
Episode 3.
live.
From the podcast. Where?
Bust a nut.
Sponsored by.
Bust a nut.
Merchandise provided by.
Bust a nut.
Thank you. So, and...
What's available from bustanut.co.uk? I got that right? What's the website?
Who's that? It's not us.
What's the website?
Bust-a-nut.com.
www.
Just type in Bust-a-nut Plymouth in Google. As we've discussed, don't put in Bust-a-nut without the Plymouth, because you'll come up with something about
It's always a
Willies.
handy distraction.
Yeah. So just let me
people's-
have a drink. Wait there. Just let me have a drink. This is product placement. This is called product placement, really.
So subtle and lifelike. You could have got away with that, I reckon.
Delicious. It's almost like we've taken a bottle that we received for free from our previous employers
Glass,
or
though,
partners
high
and
quality-
stuck a Bust-a-nut sticker on it and tried to sell it for money.
Almost like that.
Looks like it.
If only that were true.
Yeah.
You'd go to prison for that.
No, you don't.
Fraud.
Don't put people onto me for that.
You can get fraud's bad, isn't it? Like you get more years in prison for fraud than you do for like
Murder.
manslaughter. Yeah, because you're taking some of the money from the government, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't like that.
No, I think the whole prison system's probably a bit of a waste of time, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because you just get PlayStations.
Especially, yeah. I mean, that's not really relevant.
No.
So,
Should we
should we
start
do
the
your
podcast?
favourite part of the podcast where you say starting?
So we're starting the podcast now. We're going to start. This is episode 3.
3.
I've just come back from the MotoGP. Oh, what a weekend. It was great to see
A few beers.
blank win on the weekend.
Smash. It's a shame about matey crashing, wasn't it? What's his name? Old
Nightmare. Oh, that's it. Yeah. When he fell off his bike and that. Oh, what
ended
a
up in
nightmare.
the gravel, but luckily he was all right with
Yeah.
full leather protection.
Like I've already discussed.
Are you going to wear your full leather?
I just walk around the GP in leathers, yeah. One piece, like that.
Just a
with
zip
a helmet on.
and a zip.
Yeah. No, that's swingers clubs.
Ah,
Yeah.
the old pineapple.
What is it, little Nicky with Hitler? Pineapple up the arse.
What?
Anyway, welcome to the
Showing-
Busting Up podcast.
Showing your age there.
Episode 3. Here we go. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't just got back from the MotoGP. As
It was
I
really
did
convincing.
mention,
So convincing.
you probably thought, blimey, how do they know that happened? Well, we don't. We're actually filming 2 episodes in a row because I'm going to the MotoGP on the weekend.
I think they call it in the trade a double dip
What trade's that, Pat?
podcast.
Podcast
trade.
Podcast, right, okay. So we're back on now. We've got to try and do another podcast session straight after the other one. We've already used all of our best material.
And that was shite. So.
And it was horrendous, so I don't know how we're going to do it here. I did try to make it look more realistic with a
Quick
costume
change of outfits.
for a bit of visual impact.
I was a bit sweaty, so I didn't bother.
No, didn't want you to ruin the merch.
No.
End up with like white stains all over it.
I'm sweaty, not
You love the merch though. So
Randy.
love it.
Randy Orton. Out of nowhere. Okay.
So we're going to start again. And I don't know
Told you it's his favourite bit.
how we're going to do this. No, we're starting again as in like from last week with something.
Stop saying last week. It was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but whoever's watching this now.
You've changed your hoodie and your hat. Now we're spinning people out because they'll be watching it because this will be released, won't it, the week after? I see what you mean now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
as
fair play.
far as we're concerned now, Pat, last week was
So
the last podcast.
So welcome to
Well, let's clarify something.
Welcome
We've
to
just filmed
the first week of
episode
August.
2, but we will refer to it as last week's episode because you don't get to watch it until next week after last week because it was last week and now it's next week. This is episode 3.
last week. No, this
So,
week.
right.
So we're in the future.
So what we do is now...
We're in the future.
Hello to my past self.
You've made some questionable decisions at the MotoGP. Too many beers.
Don't use the portal cabin that you went to use. It was a bad choice.
Too many beers.
Don't do Pat where
And you're in a
you
tent.
need a poo and then you have one. Oh.
Yeah. It was bad. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I was there. I can't explain.
I can't imagine that. Imagine needing a poo and having a toilet available to have one. Oh,
yeah, but the fear for 40 minutes of. Oh, Dave, why are we talking about that again?
Just have a shit.
We got fresh material. Yeah, but I had nothing to wipe with.
But it's hard now because I've got to say to you, tell me something good that happened to you this week, Pat. And you've got to think of something good that's happened to you that you've not already mentioned last week.
You'll confuse me with weeks. I had a wonderful week this week.
Fantastic. Anything nice happen?
Loads.
What?
Loads of stuff.
Like,
you went to the
what happened to you next week?
Won the lottery.
I wish.
Sold all the bikes.
Oh, mate, I'll take that. That's a great week. And something...
Money.
Hello, Nicki Minaj. And then something car-related that happened to you this week, this podcast.
Fingers crossed, my car passed MOT.
When's that?
Ran out yesterday.
Has Corey booked it for you?
No, I'll go there.
So you're not doing it through here?
We'll
discuss this after the podcast.
We don't do MOTs yet because it costs £3 million to be in a certified MOT.
It's bloody expensive to set up an MOT bay. So something good that happened to you is that your car hopefully is going to pass its MOT this week.
I'm going to. What do those like crazy horoscope people do? Manifest things.
Make stuff up.
Yeah, you like
horoscopes.
So you manifest, don't you? Like.
Well, so it's believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. So you don't see it unless you believe it.
So I'm believing it. So hopefully I'll see it.
So if you believe your car passes MOT, it's just a no-brainer, isn't it, really?
I probably won't work when I get pulled over in an MOT.
The policeman's looking at you going, you get 3 points, you're like that.
Yeah, and then I'll go, well, you're definitely a Scorpio, miserable prick.
Okay, great. That's nice, mate.
What happened for your week next week?
Well, next week, I went last week, I've just got back from the MotoGP.
Fuck's sake. This is dry.
This is brilliant. So, I went to the MotoGP on the weekend and...
Who won?
I can't remember actually. I had a few beers, so it was a bit hard, but yeah, it was a hell of a weekend. No,
what's your weather forecast? What was your weather like at the GP? Do motorbikes, like, when it rains, is it carnage for bikes racing?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Class.
Lads are drifting everywhere.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the footage...
is it bad if you watch and you want a bit of action? Like, do you hope for a crash or not?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Like, it's weird. Like, no, you never hope for a crash, especially in bikes, because lads can get seriously hurt. But when it does happen, it is excitement.
Yeah, it's like the Formula One sometimes, like, it's so boring, you want someone to crash.
Formula One's just gash, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Apart from if you can drive a car on the road.
Wouldn't
be very practical, though, would it?
So with the bikes, you don't want them to crash. No, not at all. But when it happens, it's always a lot more exciting in the bike world because you just don't know what the outcome is. And I guess exciting is the wrong word. I think there's a lot more anticipation behind it as to what's going to happen.
With apprehension.
Absolutely, yeah. Because
tension.
Well, I mean, I don't want to make light of it at all, actually, because there are lads out there. I know Casey's been riding and there's lads his age have passed away. One of the lads from the MotoGP who races, I think one of his lads had a serious accident. And, these boys that are out there racing, Casey being one of them, our brand ambassador, these guys are putting their lives on the line sometimes. They push those bikes to the absolute, limits.
Yeah.
Based on that, absolutely no way do we want anyone to crash. But when it happens, the crowd, it elevates the atmosphere and everyone gets really sort of... There's a lot of anticipation.
What was the atmosphere like at the MotoGP next weekend?
Outstanding. Fantastic time that I had and planning to have. So it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a tricky episode, really, isn't it? Because
we'll brush under the carpet.
Okay.
The magical next week carpet. It takes on a ride.
Magic carpet. So we're going to try and do some different things from last week. One thing we didn't do in last week's episode was not worthy or nut worthy.
Go on then, you
fight. And I don't think we've even introduced that in last week's episode, did we?
Oh yeah, it's on the floor. It's been thrown out.
No, it hasn't.
It has.
We liked that one.
Yeah, but the episode.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
so
we used it. We used it in a previous episode.
Nobody knows.
We were shite.
Go on then. Explain it.
So we have a new
feature
thing called Not Worthy or
Nutworthy.
Yeah. So basically.
Was that good? That was meant to be like a...
That was pro. That was Ant and Deck, but better.
We ain't one.
Where ain't it?
Not really one.
So,
Dick, I can't see one.
Not worthy
Can he see?
or nut worthy is a new segment. Basically, we throw a few cars out.
Not literally.
You'd throw a few of the things I've got here out, probably.
What, cars?
Yeah.
What?
Punto.
Punto. Wouldn't be able to lift it.
That Punto should be sold by this episode.
Sold to the breakers yard for £12.
50.
£12.50.
Yeah.
Only a loss.
Always make a bargain. So we're going to do not worthy or nut worthy. And this episode basically is going to do a few cars, and we say whether we think it's not worthy or nut worthy. And you had one that you tried to use in a previous take where we'll go with that one, the old...
Which one?
The ones we don't like at the end.
What, the...
Yeah.
What, you want that last?
Yeah.
Next week?
Yeah, now.
So,
this is not worthy or nut worthy. So, Pat, you give me a car.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you if I think it's not worthy or nut worthy.
Right,
and if you like this episode, or if you're watching this, you need to, well, first of all, subscribe and like, and make sure you help us to support us. And thanks again for everyone who's been helping us out through this podcast, supporting us.
Turn the bell on.
Turn the bell on, give your bell a ring, and then we'll go from there. So if you
First car up.
Please play this game with us. So for each car, you need to comment below whether you think it's not worthy or nut worthy. I want to see some aubergines and I want to see some splashy emojis. All right. So Pat,
back to the Snapchat days.
Only ban.
Only ban.
Just enough.
Car numero uno.
Go.
Shall we go for a Ford Escort RS 2000 Cosworth?
Yep. That's the one I saw at that show that time.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't. So in case any of you aren't aware, we don't actually know anything about cars. And Pat just says things that he hears.
Nah. I have got a good memory. I'll tell you some cars I do know then. Toyota Yaris.
That's something Ruby would drive.
They do a sporty one, but
not worthy.
What, Toyota Yaris?
Yeah, 100%.
No, what about the Escort?
The Escort, right. So the Escort, I understand that car is an extremely sought-after vehicle.
If you're into a Ford.
If you like Ford. People that are into Fords genuinely are proper... Noshing them off.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
So they absolutely nut over Fords. They love it, right? And I know that is a very... Is that one that sold for like $250,000?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I will say I did see one of those at the show.
Which show?
And actually, through now that I'm understanding,
plug?
That was BHP Fest.
Cheers.
Big shout out to
Roger.
Offset and BHP.
What was matey's name? He would have merged. Roger, wasn't it?
Rob. So
close.
I think it's Rob Page. So we need to big shout out, and we'll mention these guys actually at the end of the podcast because they'd be great to get on air to talk about their shows because they might actually
have to sharpen
content.
up our interviewing technique.
Yeah, we'll practice.
But I suppose
if
the guest
naked
actually says something, it might help.
I know, Brat. So
Bradley Edge.
I'm understanding, and I mentioned this in episode 1, how as you get into the car scene, as someone who's not a knowledgeable car guy, I am.
What look at me for? I know cars.
About me.
I don't know cars.
I'm not knowledgeable when it comes to cars, and I'm all about the modern stuff, and I think that it's all about technology, how it looks on the outside. But yeah, I'm understanding now things like these Cosworths and the RS and things like that. These cars are extremely sought after.
Don't make them like that no more.
And I'm finding myself drawn to them. I really think they're great cars. And I understand why people are so passionate in this industry. And this is a big part of the reason we set Busting It up, is because we wanted to get into an industry where the people that we work with and we are around and involved with are genuinely enthusiastic and passionate people. I'm enthusiastic about the business side of it, and I'm learning to love and get enthusiastic about what our clients like.
Yeah, you can see like the proper car nutters. Once they start talking about it, it's like
they just go off into their own world, don't they?
Proper roddies.
Yeah, and they. But yeah, people love it, and they're so enthusiastic about what's happening with their car. And I don't understand a lot of it, and there's a lot of things that people do to their cars that I personally wouldn't. I would think I'm wasting my money on it, but these people, they've put their life savings into it. These people. They put their life savings into
Get that. Do that face onto the real camera. That's going to get over 1,000 views on TikTok.
What?
Probably already has by now. It's already got it by now. Seems to be into the future.
So look, I'm getting it right, and it's great to have people in. Just, a huge thanks to those of you that are coming down here on a regular basis, just to chill and talk car stuff and buying stuff from the shop. And
I saw a genuine tuk-tuk the other day on the road.
Genuine?
Red and orange. No. Yeah, red and yellow. Makes orange.
We'll say that fast 5 times.
Red, lorry. I can't. I've got a list.
Red lorry.
Say
it then, that's even better.
I'm in the wrong
Look into camera 1 and say, that one.
I have a
red lorry, yellow lorry, 5 times.
To admit I had a lisp. Now I'm really overthinking lisping.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, 5 times.
Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Faster.
5 times. Don't hate the player.
Red lorry, yellow lorry.
I'm not doing that.
Go on.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Smashed it.
You're a dick.
Do you know what my favourite lorry is?
What?
Hugh Laurie. Dr. House.
So anyway, right.
Go on, you say. I've said a car. I can't
RS Turbo. Not worthy. 100%. Only because I know if I don't say that, every person in Plymouth that likes Fords will probably come here and nut all over our roller shutter doors just so that they don't open ever again.
Talking of roller shutters, if you can hear it in the background, soz.
Yeah, very, very sorry about that. Cool. So am I throwing one out now?
Yeah.
Well, I'll throw something out that
make sure I know what it is.
Okay, so I'm going to say, I know one that you'll know. Peugeot 308 GT Line.
I would say only if it's in white with black wheels and black mirrors.
No way.
Probably priced around 15,000.
Well, do you know what? I think it was priced around 8,500.
If you'd let me drive it, I'd be able to answer that question. But from looking at it,
we have a Peugeot 308 GT Line for sale in the showroom, so
I'm going to say noteworthy.
You've got to. That's all you're allowed to say.
My job's on the line.
Yeah, 100%. Right, no, okay. Mark 1, Mitsubishi GTO.
Does it work? Not currently.
Not my one.
Not your one, yes.
A working one.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, when it's working. This one, fully forged. Actually, I don't know really what that means.
I'm going to say not worthy for my personal... Only because it's a hell of a wide.
It was nice knowing you. Ruby, can you just swap out a Pat a minute?
She can even spell GTO. Sorry.
That's bang out of order. Ruby's a superstar. Right.
I don't, not my cup of tea. It's too
Ruby? That's not very nice.
The car is too wide and I can't get in and out.
Jack's mum's like that. Jack's finally. I'm off the hook.
It's too low and too wide. It's not practical for me. I couldn't get me golf clubs in the back.
It's a posh boy, isn't he? So you're not worthy.
No.
Were you what was were you not worthy or not worthy for the first one? Sorry, the RS 2000.
Don't know really.
Oh, you put it out there. You got to have an opinion.
No, I was serving you. You don't ask the waiter how's the food, do you? The waiter asks you.
What's fucking wrong with this lad?
It's true, isn't it?
What do you recommend off the menu? What do you recommend off the menu?
You don't go on to who.
Do you recommend the RS 2000?
If it's to your personal preference, there.
I wouldn't know. Can you give me some advice? Would you personally recommend it?
Well, I've never had one. I've not tried that dish.
So shit at this game.
It's new on the menu today, sir. I'll ask the chef. I'll bring the chef out for you. Roger John Ford. Henry Ford, was he called?
I don't know.
He's got to be dead.
Anyway. Hey. So, all right. So for that one, then you're not worthy. I'm not worthy. I think it's fantastic.
Well, it's lucky because you bought it.
Yeah. It's happy days. Right. Your turn. You've made this game shit, I think.
Sorry.
I'm a bit upset with you.
Audi R8.
Yay, not worthy.
I reckon 12 months, we'll have one in here.
Yeah, 100%. For sale.
Yeah. You'll probably buy it.
I'll put about 10,000 miles on it before it goes out to the next customer.
You could get like the rolling road thing, so you wouldn't even have to get it there. You just drive it in here.
Just drive it in here and like put a scenic thing on the front. Yeah.
I saw this thing, right?
Do you remember when you were a kid and it used to roll around? And you do
Formula
that?
One, you get like a simulator. You know this like simulator stuff?
Yeah.
I saw one the other day. It was like a full...
What, like that Ready
Formula
Player One sort of stuff?
It was a full car, like chassis.
Yeah.
And it was $151,000. And it had
And it moved.
26 screens. And it was like driving one.
That's
But
it.
you think for 150 grand, you could probably just pay Lando and take a lap.
Probably.
And that'd be
But then you've got a lap every single day of your life there for that money.
But you haven't, have you?
Well, it feels like it.
You sat in your pants.
How do you know? Have you done it?
with a Monster Energy drink. £1.65 in the fridge.
Drank from?
Oh.
Busting up merch.
Bash.
So, okay, so
Audi R8, you're nutting all over.
I'd nut all over the GTO. The R8, 100%. So Phil, a lad who is a friend of ours, Phil from Miller's Auto in Launceston, he's put a massive turbo on his R8. And it's...
What's it up here, is it?
Yeah, all the way up there. Nightmare to fit. It's down here. And he's had to take the rear end.
Peter Crouch had to come in and 3 metre sockets.
Peter Krause Media. So he's got a turbo on the back that's it's like one of those big fat ones. You ever seen those builds where they take the rear end off and the turbo's just sticking out?
No.
If you watch Matt Armstrong does it, again, we talk about Matt Armstrong, we're trying to weasel our way in. What was it called? Slide into his DMs?
Yeah. You haven't done that, though. You've mentioned him on a podcast.
Yeah, but Matt was sliding in on you. There, just like that.
2-footed. What?
So basically, I'm nutworthy on the R8.
Good.
Okay. So now that we've done that, I don't know where we go from there. You know, like when you watch Top Gear or something, they're like, "Oh, nutworthy." Then we go and drive one. We just get to say that, yeah, we like.
We can put a picture in the video.
No, attacks like that. Fucking
no pictures.
I'm doing you guys a favour anyway.
What about a Lamborghini Countach?
You haven't showed me. Seb had to show me that SH detailing when I put him as top detailers. Had to show me that because you didn't.
Yeah. I did try to.
When?
The other day. I had it. It's on my search history.
Yeah, but you had to scroll for a fair few other things to get to it.
None of those adult things that you're referencing.
I wouldn't know anything about it, mate.
Car values.
So, Jack's showing me now. Yeah, Seb showed me. Jack's our media extraordinaire with Connor, a.k.a. Ewan, which is his real name.
Krause Media.
That's gash. That's shit. Do you like that? Jack's nodding his head.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, okay.
Jordan Belfort.
Wolf of Wall Street ain't got nothing on me, mate. Anyway.
That was close then. Talking of Wolf of Wall Street, we had gone Margot Robbie, then Barbie, and you'd have been off again.
Fucking Barbie, mate. I still haven't watched it.
8-year-old girls in the patriarchy.
Patriarchy. I don't even know what it all means after it.
No, I don't. It's just
But
stupid.
any film as well.
Oh my God.
Tapping onto this that has aimed at bloody young children having jokes about beaching each other off.
What does that mean?
Beating each other off.
Oh.
It's a gay joke, isn't it?
Is it?
Now, whatever you want to do is fine.
I think that's just your
don't promote it to young people.
Well, what's wrong with being gay?
Nothing. But just don't beat each other off.
Tell you what,
in
PG-13s. Can you hear that then? That was the thin ice creaking.
Mate, you know, I've got nothing wrong with people being gay. Some of my best clients.
Get around all the time.
Some of my best clients I've ever had in my whole history of working are being gay. I'd love to go into it, but I don't know if I can. I'll have to check my NDAs. But basically, working, doing the security game and working with various celebrities. I've had the pleasure of working with some.
Comment down below you think it is.
Top quality.
Or don't if it's in the NDA. We might
we'll let you know. We might
clip
So anyway,
out.
yeah. Sorry.
Last car. Go on, ask me.
I've got to ask you one.
Yeah.
Pat, I'm going to go for what you did last time we tried to do this show, which was a Tesla.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go for a Model 3.
Which one's that?
The shit one.
Mm.
Do you even know what it is?
Model 3. Model X.
Right, Model X.
Do you know, I like a Tesla for like the inside, like the interior, the center console screen's bigger than
cool as.
Like bigger than my TV.
Yeah.
In my bedroom.
Okay.
It's not, but it sounded cool, didn't it?
Lying.
Because they're like, what are they? Like 15?
Just lie to all of you. Just note that.
What is it, 15 inches?
Fair play.
No, that's 1.5. In tropical heat. and a good hearty breakfast of cod liver oil.
Well, you got a 15-inch TV?
What?
Have you got a 15-inch TV?
No, in a Tesla's 15-inch screen. Something like that.
That's a bloody laptop screen.
Yeah, it's fucking huge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's massive.
So the inside's cool, but I just think like when it's a bit scary, isn't it? When you put your foot down.
15 inches is, yeah. I can imagine.
I'm trying to do the car stuff now, and it's fucking annoying, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, my eyes went fucking weird then. I do not want to see that back. I look like...
It's all right. It's only on camera. Just you.
Fucking loopy. What did a woodpecker?
Snooker
Do a dolphin as well.
Snooker Loopy. Threw back for the yellow.
Say again?
Green, brown, orange, amber. No, it's not orange.
What are you on about?
Snooker Loopy. Steve Davis.
Who's that?
Okay, moving on. Tesla's electric cars in the Gen Rail.
Not a fan.
I think no, me neither.
Murder machines. Sneak up on you. Bang! Dead.
It's true. And they're not that good for the environment, are they?
Well, I don't think they are. I see I see the car in itself isn't a bad thing for the environment.
No, it's
but
a
when
battery.
you start looking at lithium mines,
Yeah, bad. Inhumane.
So
Poor working conditions.
ethics behind a Tesla, not worthy. Tesla, not worthy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if it had a nice V6 in it, it'd be class, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be sick. I must admit though, I'm watching more on Elon Musk and Tesla, and actually, he does seem to want to do everything in the right way. I think he's got.
He's a bit of a spinner.
He's mental.
Yeah.
But if you listen to him talking about things, certainly this wasn't related to the Teslas, but it was related to AI, and he was talking about regulations. And I thought it was really interesting how he said he was really on board with different regulations because it makes things safe. And he very rarely fights regulations. So
Unless he sacks everyone who works for him.
yeah, but Twitter's just too regulated. That's boring.
Yeah, it's not called that anymore.
What's it called?
X.
Is it? Sick. So I think we've managed to get a new feature in this week, so I think we'll wrap it up there.
We've got some exciting new features for next week.
We have indeed. So previews we're not going to do because we've only got a few minutes left on the footage on the cards. So just to say...
see if you can do an outro in less than 3 hours.
Okay. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. We hope you've had a good time. Please play along with the games in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and subscribe for all our new videos coming out. Just a reminder, this week we did shoot this straight after episode 2, so it's been a bit tricky, and we apologise if it was a bit slower, but normally it's every week. We got new content. We've had to try and do a bit of double dipping this week at Wayne.
Double dip.
Yeah,
so it's catching on.
Have a great week. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to visit Buster Nut.
Visit the Buster Nut. We're not up live yet. We'll sort that later. And a big thanks to Krause Media and Ewan. Thanks, guys, for helping us out, get these done.
Legends.
Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you then. Episode 4. Episode 4.
That's 2. Come on. 4.
4.
2 and 2.
He just felt his tits. Cheers, guys.